Part 1. Ripple's massive year and why it matters. 2024 wasn't just another chapter for Ripple, it was a turning point. After years of legal shadowboxing, Ripple did what most thought impossible. It pushed back against the SEC and won. A judge confirmed what XRP holders had waited to hear. XRP, when sold to everyday investors, is not a security. That one decision didn't just clear Ripple's path. It sent a message to the entire crypto industry. But Ripple didn't stop there. Just as the dust settled, they announced RLUSD, a US dollar-backed stablecoin. Not a half-baked token like others on the market. This one's fully reserved, regulated by the New York Department of Financial Services, one of the strictest watchdogs in America. While others dodge regulation, Ripple walks straight through the front door. And then came the boldest move of all, $75 million. That's what Ripple funneled into pro-crypto political action, reshaping the laws from the inside. While competitors shout on social media, Ripple is whispering to lawmakers, shaping policy, and protecting its long game. This year wasn't just Ripple surviving, it was Ripple ascending. And if you weren't paying attention, you missed the part where crypto's most hated underdog became a blueprint for how power, regulation, and innovation collide. Part 2. Understanding Ripple's ecosystem, the hidden engine behind the revolution. Most people hear XRP and think it's just another crypto, but what they don't see is the machine behind it. Ripple is not just a company, it's the architect, the one designing the blueprint for what global money movement could look like in the next decade. At the core of their system lies RippleNet, a lightning-fast payment network connecting banks, institutions, and payment providers across the globe. It's not a concept, it's live, it's being used, and it's faster than anything the legacy system has ever offered. And then comes XRP, the fuel behind the engine. It's not just a coin, it's the bridge, the asset that allows money to jump from one country to another in seconds, without pre-funded accounts, without the friction of traditional banking. Think of it like this: Ripple is the builder, RippleNet is the highway, XRP is the vehicle. And while the world obsesses over meme coins and overnight pumps, Ripple is quietly laying down the rails of a real-time, borderless financial future. You're not just looking at a crypto, you're looking at a financial operating system in the making. Part 3. Why XRP's real value hasn't even begun. The markets don't always price in reality, but XRP is quietly aligning with something far bigger than speculation, the next financial framework of the world. Let's break it down. First, there's ISO 222 compliance. Most people have never heard of it, but for banks, it's the future. By 2025, every major financial institution will be required to speak this language, and XRP, it already does. That puts it ahead of 99% of the market. Next is ODL, on-demand liquidity. Sounds technical, right? But it solves a $1 trillion problem. Right now, banks park huge amounts of money in foreign accounts just to move funds. XRP removes that friction. No pre-funding, no delays, just instant value transfer. Then there's the math. 100 billion XRP, that's the cap. No printing more, and the majority locked in escrow. While demand rises, supply tightens. That's a formula for pressure, and pressure creates breakout moments. But here's what really matters: real-world use. XRP isn't just on paper. It is moving money across 55+ countries, in remittances, trade finance, and even being eyed for CBDCs. And now, institutional giants like WisdomTree, Bitwise, and others are lining up to launch XRP spot ETFs. Once that floodgate opens, retail won't be the only player in the game. XRP isn't just preparing for the next bull run. It's positioning itself as the backbone of cross-border finance. This isn't hype. It's infrastructure, demand, and timing colliding. Part 4. The bigger strategic play. What Ripple is really building. On the surface, it looks like Ripple is building technology, but dig deeper, and you'll realize they're building influence. This isn't just about software. It's about control over the rails, the rules, and the future of value transfer. While most crypto projects scream decentralization and avoid regulators like the plague, Ripple's doing the opposite. They're walking straight into the fire and winning. They're not just compliant. They're playing the regulatory game better than anyone else. Case in point, RLUSD, a dollar-backed stablecoin that isn't just functional. It's fully regulated, monitored by one of the toughest financial watchdogs in the world, the New York Department of Financial Services. That move alone put Ripple ahead of stablecoin giants like Tether and USDC, who faced mounting pressure for lack of transparency. Ripple didn't try to bypass the system, they're rewriting it from the inside. It's not just about launching a coin, it's about launching trust. When banks, governments, and institutions look for a crypto they can actually use, they won't just ask what's fast or cheap. They'll ask what's safe, what's legal, what's built to last. And the answer might just be Ripple. Part 5. Is XRP a stake in the future of finance? Most people buy tokens hoping the price will go up. But what if XRP isn't just a token? What if it's a stake in tomorrow's infrastructure? Think about this. You can't invest in the protocol that sends email, but you use it every day. You can't buy a piece of HTTP or IP or DNS, yet they power the internet. Now ask yourself, what if Ripple becomes the backbone of global money movement? If banks and governments begin routing trillions through networks powered by RippleNet? If stablecoins, remittances, and even central bank digital currencies start flowing through infrastructure Ripple helped build, then XRP becomes more than a coin. It becomes a digital bridge for value, deeply embedded into the global financial bloodstream. That's not just utility. That's monetized relevance. Holding XRP might not be like buying a stock, but it could be the closest thing we've ever had to owning a piece of the next financial layer of the internet. And if that layer gets adopted, the upside isn't just growth, it's redefinition. This isn't about chasing hype. It's about seeing the architecture before the world realizes it's under construction. Final thought. More than a coin, XRP is a financial bet on the future. This isn't about flipping charts. It's not about chasing green candles or viral hashtags. XRP was never meant to be a meme. It was engineered to solve a real-world problem, and it's doing just that. Yes, the price moves. Yes, there's speculation. But underneath all the noise is a system designed to replace friction with speed, opacity with transparency, and complexity with clarity. That's not hype. That's evolution. But here's the truth. XRP is not risk-free. No asset is, especially not one playing at the edge of regulation, innovation, and adoption. If you're in it just to chase the next bull run, this might not be for you. But if you're in it because you understand the gap between the old world and the new one, and you're betting XRP might be the bridge, then you're not investing in a coin. You're investing in infrastructure. So don't just follow noise. Don't trade emotion. Research deeply, think clearly, act wisely. Because the future of finance isn't written by the loudest voice. It's written by those who build quietly and hold with conviction.